Hello everybody, this is Mark Hamilton again for the Wright Report, bringing you news and views on politics in the upcoming November election. Today I want to make a little comment about the economy and politics and some of the candidates' views on the economy, or at least their philosophical ramblings and campaign rhetoric concerning the economy. Nominally, we'll title this segment Hillbamonomics, because it really fascinates me when I think about the chatter coming from the Democrat Party. The economy is in the news now. The U.S. economy is hitting a soft patch, and we have some subprime mortgage crises or panics basically to work out. And both Hillary Clinton and Barack Obama have been waxing eloquent on this topic. In fact, as day after day after day goes by, they can't help but reminding us how lousy our economy is and how they are going to be able to bring their astute experience and exemplary judgment to bear to manage our way out of this economic mess while John McCain sits by and fiddles while the economy burns. Well, I was thinking about that, and a couple of interesting thoughts struck me. Number one, if you think back to the Great Depression and Herbert Hoover, who was really credited with bringing on the Great Depression, he didn't really sit by and do nothing to bring it on. Actually, when the stock market bubble of 1929 burst, and it became obvious that the panic was going to spread into the larger U.S. economy, Herbert Hoover came up with a couple of really great ideas. Idea number one was, let's raise taxes and balance the federal budget so that we can get our fiscal house in order. The other great idea was, those nasty hobgoblins of global trade are causing us problems. Maybe we should consider reneging on our trade agreements and engaging in protectionist tariffs and general protectionist policies. Now, as I think about Hillary Clinton and Barack Obama's campaign rhetoric, what do I hear? I hear the solution to our economic mess is to raise taxes and engage in protectionist trade policies, whether it's being anti-NAFTA or anti the new Colombian Free Trade Agreement, which is up for negotiation as President Bush submitted it to Congress. So I'm thinking, and what does John McCain want to do? John McCain wants to lower taxes and expand free trade. That sounds like an anti-Herbert Hoover remedy. So, lo and behold, I'm in a conundrum here. Why do Hillary Clinton and Barack Obama basically engage in Hoover-esque economic policies to avoid the upcoming Great Depression when that's exactly what Herbert Hoover did? John McCain, on the other hand, is doing exactly the opposite. Really makes you wonder, doesn't it? And oh, just one more comment on the topic of free trade and Hillbamonomics. It was rather fascinating that when Barack Obama was recently making anti-NAFTA statements and talking about abrogating our free trade agreements with other countries, of course only as a negotiating tool, that one of his campaign advisors at the exact same time was meeting with the Canadian government, assuring them that Mr. Obama was just kidding, guys. The more interesting point, or maybe an equally as interesting point, was that Hillary Clinton then came out and said, well, if someone on my campaign staff was meeting with a foreign government, especially on the sensitive issue of trade, why, I would fire that person in a heartbeat. That would never happen. Well, turns out old Mark Penn was actually lobbying for the Colombian Free Trade Agreement while Hillary Clinton was railing against it. Oh well, Mark Penn only got a demotion, but that's the halfway being fired. And in this era of halfway measures, I guess that's as good as we can do.